Hello, humans! Space Horse here. Welcome to Death Tally, a show where I play video games that I find interesting, and I keep track of the amount of deaths I have during my playthrough. Today we will be playing Resident Evil HD Remaster, one of my favorite games from one of my favorite franchises. I cannot stress enough how much I love the Resident Evil series. I've played pretty much every single Resident Evil game ever made, and I gotta say, I still consider this HD remaster to be among the best of the series. The original Resident Evil was released on PlayStation in 1996. The remake version was released on GameCube in 2002. An HD version of that remake was released on Steam in 2015. We'll be going over that one. The Resident Evil franchise is largely considered to be the best survival horror game series. Even if it's not your favorite horror game franchise, there's no denying that it's by far the most popular. It has nearly 30 games, not including mobile games, and multiple movie spin-offs, both animated and live action. You know a video game series is super popular if it keeps getting live action film adaptations of it, despite all of them being considered pretty bad. I think it's safe to say that both the original and the remake are considered to be fan favorites among the franchise. The original Resident Evil is hugely influential on the survival horror genre. And although a lot of the survival horror staples you see throughout the game, such as a limited inventory, limited ammo, backtracking to solve puzzles, and a fixed third-person camera, can all be seen in games that predate Resident Evil, this game took all of those concepts and masterfully combined them, resulting in a genuinely scary and thrilling experience. Once you play the game, you will be able to see its influence everywhere, kind of like that one lick that every jazz enthusiast knows. Some of the games in the series shift more towards action rather than survival horror, but the original is 100% grade A survival horror. A large part of why this remake is so beloved is because it's extremely faithful to the original. The changes they did make to the game were welcome improvements, such as improving gameplay elements and expanding the lore. This makes for an overall more enjoyable playing experience, in my opinion. The game lets you choose between two characters, Chris Redfield and Jill Valentine. They are both members of STARS, Raccoon City PD's elite task force. The playthrough is mostly similar for the characters, although you meet different side characters depending on who you play. Gameplay-wise, the two characters have access to some different weapons, and start with an item that doesn't take up an inventory slot. Chris has the lighter, and Jill gets the lockpick. Chris has more health than Jill, but Jill gets 2 extra inventory slots. Generally, people consider Jill's playthrough to be a little bit easier because of the extra inventory slots and the grenade launcher. I'll be playing and counting deaths from both character playthroughs for this video. The game starts with the members of STAR's Alpha Team being sent to investigate a string of murders. Apparently all the victims were munched on to death. Ugh. Bravo Team was initially sent in, but they gone radio silent, so now it's Alpha Team's turn to get bit. Alpha Team quickly finds Bravo Team's copter, but they also find some zombie dogs that are looking pretty hungry. Ah! Oh. Joseph is the first to go and becomes zombie food before we even get to the actual gameplay. The dogs start attacking the rest of the team and they are forced to flee. The chopper pilot Brad panics and takes off in the chopper, leaving everyone behind. The other STAR members are forced to make a break for a nearby spoopy mansion. Only 3 make it inside the mansion: STARS member Jill, Barry, and Captain Wesker. Chris is nowhere to be found.
What is this place?
It's a big-ass gun, Barry.
Not quite your ordinary house, that's for sure.
Hey, Wesker, where's Chris?
Jill, no. You don't want to go back out there.
But we've got to find...
What was that?
Chris?
No.
Jill, go and investigate.
I'm going with her.
Gotta maintain it.
A dining room.
Jill puts her detective cap on and discovers the source of the gunshot and a reveal that truly terrified me as a child. I wonder what's this way. I wonder who's in here. Ow. I mean, it's an ugly zombie. I do what any brave knight with a weapon would do. For the record, I'm not scared of the zombie at all. I just don't want to waste my ammo on him. Barry takes out the zombie with his oversized gun. The pair are even more confused as to what's going on now. They go back to report to Wesker, but he's nowhere to be found.
What the hell is this thing?
I found Kenneth killed by this thing. Let's report this to Wesker.
Wesker!
Chris, and now Wesker.
There's not much we can do. We can search for him separately.
Because that's always a good idea. Okay, it's time to start exploring this scary mansion solo. Because, you know, horror game. It doesn't take very long for us to start running into trouble. I quickly get a taste of humble pie and die in an area that I never thought I would die in. You know what? I think in the original room with the zombie, there's a statue on the second level that I have to push down. That's what I'm thinking of. We got safer. Ah! Oh my god, you're a cop. What are you doing? Kick him. Dragon kick him. I didn't want to have to do that. It's okay, he's not gonna come over. He's not capable of coming over. Watch me go from being relatively safe into zombie food by making a smooth brain decision. Oh my god, I'm that character in every slasher ever. It's so funny that the knife is just stuck in his head. Oh, I know what I have to do. I have to push this dresser. Ah, he's awake. Oh my god, I can't believe I just did that. No! Why are you still alive? Well, I feel like a huge butthole. Why am I showing you guys this? Oh well, at least there's a lesson to be learned from this, right? I go back to the room I just died in to get some revenge on the zombie that killed me. Woo! Now that that's done with, let's continue exploring the mansion. We find ourselves in a long hallway with some hungry zombies, and a shiny item for us to collect. Love how they use the mirror to show you there's a zombie there just out of frame. Ow. Ow. Oh, I like how that's a dope shot actually. Giving you the mirror was cool. Not only do we pick up the arrow key item, we also pick up another death. What? Come on. Oh my god, did I save? Nope. Luckily, I managed to get through the hallway on my second try. We end up on the second floor of the dining room, and from here, I basically just explore for like 30 minutes until I find out where to go next. While exploring, I pick up another death from another basic ass zombie. Ugh. No! Oh no, I think that's it. Ah. I didn't expect to die this many times, this early, but I've died 3 times, and it's making me paranoid. Come at me, Chode. Bring it on. Hiya. Hola. Yeah. Yeah. Hiya. Oh, okay, it's just a corpse. I eventually realize there's a door in the main hall that leads to a graveyard, and this is definitely where we're supposed to go. We find a tombstone in the graveyard that has a divot in it in the shape of an arrowhead. After we place the arrowhead in the tombstone, it reveals a secret passage to an underground crypt. Inside the crypt, we find 4 statues with faces on them missing certain features, a spooky coffin hanging from the ceiling, and a book of curses. We examine the book to find that it has a key on the back. Now that we have this key, we can gain access to new parts of the mansion. After weaving through a couple of zombies in a long hallway, we find ourselves in a room that has a few important key items, including the lighter and the dog whistle. And because this is a survival horror game with limited inventory spaces, I don't have any room for either of these things. But lucky for us, we're close to a save point. Yay, we made it to the save room. In this room we find a fuel canister, and we find some instructions telling us how to burn the dead, which is a super important aspect of this game versus the original. If we don't burn the bodies of the zombies we kill, they'll eventually come back as Crimson Heads, which are upgraded versions of zombies that are stronger and faster, and they can run. No thank you. Okay, now that we saved and are healed up, I go back and I clear the previous room full of all the zombies that are in it. Recommend clearing all the zombies here, because this is a high traffic area and there's too many zombies for such a small space. They will definitely grab you. Inventory, and then so you can carry all the other shit. Yeah, what's up? We continue exploring the mansion and we eventually run into our first weapon upgrade. The shotgun. I'm mad at that. The shotgun. I will grab it. Yep. Death trap. Death trap. What a very elaborate mansion. This must have cost so much money. The engineering feat alone.
Wesker! Barry! Help!
Jill, you in there?
Barry? Get me out of here! The door's
Please,
jammed!
Barry.
Stand back!
Nah, don't shoot that.
Grab my hand!
That's very dangerous, Barry. I feel so safe in your arms.
Barry.
That was a close one.
Barry coming in clutch. Hell yeah, Barry. Thank you so much. Now that we got the shotgun, and that we're not smushed like a sandwich, we go to the second floor balcony to use this dog whistle. After I use the whistle, we encounter a surprisingly tough fight. It didn't go well for me. I rack up multiple deaths here, and that's mostly because I refused to use my newly found shotgun, because I wanted to save the ammo. Oh no, oh no. Oh boy. Get off me! Stupid dogs. Try it. Fucking try it. Oh god. Oh my god, is that a death? Hate myself. I mean, wow. Oh, that's me dead. That's me dead. Get off! Stupid dog. I hate you. I'm sick of you. I think that's it. I think that's it. This feels like it's done. Ow. Ow. What? Nice dogs. I hate you. I finally managed to kill those damn dirty dogs. And for our trouble, we get the replica key that was hidden inside the dog collar. Now that I have this replica key, I go back to one of the rooms I explored earlier. But on the way there, we run into our first Crimson Head. Eee, he's scary. The key in this room is just sitting there, begging for us to take it. But the thing is, as soon as we take it, it activates a trap, Indiana Jones style. But now that we have this replica key, we have something to replace it with. That looks like it hurts. Dun, 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 dun. Yay! Now we have the armor key. Let's go explore some more zombie-infested rooms. The first new place we explore is an outdoor balcony type situation, where we discover the corpse of Bravo team member Forrest Speyer. Oh no, that's so sad. But we also discover a grenade launcher. Hell yeah! But yeah, I still feel bad for Forrest. You're not gonna need that, right, buddy? Yeah. Our excitement, sadness, is short-lived because not only is the STARS member dead, he's a zombie. A quick zombie. Whoa, why are you fast? Now that we had to put Forrest out of his misery, it's time for us to travel back to the previous hallway that had 2 locked doors. Let's see what's behind door numero uno. Hey, it's Bravo team member Richard, and he's not looking so good. Richard talks about how there's monsters everywhere in the mansion. Doi. He also says he got bit by a giant snake. Fuck that.
Had to be poisonous.
Poisonous? Richard, hold on.
Bring me serum. I saw some, but didn't bring any.
Don't worry, Richard, we got you. In order to save Richard's life, we gotta go and get the serum and bring it back to him in time. This is one of 2 time missions in the game. There's no official timer that shows up on the screen. Just know that you have about 4 or 5 minutes to get to him before he dies. While I'm on my way to the room that has the serum, I get a little sidetracked and check out some of the other rooms in the mansion. One of the rooms had one of the several important notes sprinkled throughout the game that gives us insight into what actually happened at the mansion before we got there. Woo! That's good to know. The Keeper's Diary writes about how he was tasked to take care of a creature that looked like a skinned gorilla. It also states that there was some kind of accident in the basement lab and they would need to wear hazmat suits. He notes that he starts forming large blisters all over his body. He also mentions that there's a rumor a researcher was shot when they tried to leave the grounds. The last few pages of the note shows a big mental decline. Pretty spooky. Ew. Itchy, come ugly face. Ooh, he's getting dumber. Itchy, tasty. No! He came back! I remember that I'm supposed to get the serum for Richard, so I make my way towards the room. But on my way there, I run into a Crimson Head, because I forgot to burn a zombie's body that I killed earlier. Actually feel pretty sick. Ah! Note that I had the grenade launcher in my hand, which would have made short work of the Crimson Head, but I switched to the handgun because I'm a dingus. Finally, after a lot of running around and getting distracted by exploring some new rooms, we find the serum that could save Richard's life. If I would have delivered it to him 20 minutes earlier. I get distracted easily, okay? Sorry, Richard. Ooh, he didn't make it. I should note that by not saving Richard, here I miss out on getting his assault shotgun. A definite upgrade to the standard one we're carrying right now. But since we have Jill, and she has the grenade launcher, we'll still be just fine. Sorry you're dead, but look how good I look. We can't go too much further because this super creepy door is locked and needs another key that we don't have yet. But while searching this room, we find some sheet music. We are able to gain access to a room that has a piano in it, thanks to the armor key we found earlier. Jill plays a lovely rendition of Beethoven's Moonlight Sonata, and that unlocks a hidden passage in the room. I'm not going to generalize all zombies, you know? Yeah. I think you really need to re-examine your biases. A hidden passage is revealed. Inside the passage we find a gold emblem. Hey, that looks like the emblem we found in the dining room. We also find Trevor's diary, the architect of this crazy madhouse, as he details the events that led to his doom. It looks like Trevor was commissioned to build this mansion by a man named Mr. Spencer, and after he was done with the job, Mr. Spencer got rid of Trevor and his family, so he could keep all the secrets of the mansion to himself. We grabbed the gold emblem and put the wood emblem where the gold emblem was. Now let's go put the gold emblem where the wood emblem was. Tongue twister. Dun, 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 dun. We quickly solve the clock puzzle and are rewarded with another key, the shield key. And if you were paying attention, then you already know what this key unlocks. So let's get back there ASAP. I'm sure you're assuming that there's a big old boss fight on the other side of this door. Ah! You're big and ugly. Dumbass snake. Oh, okay, you got me there. Should have taken the serum. Fun fact, this fight is entirely optional. All you have to do is go in and grab the mask and bounce. Save yourself the ammo. You gon' need it. Oh, poor Snaky run away. Poor Snaky go bye-bye. Okay, we totally kicked that snake's butt. We also got poisoned in the process, and pass out because of it. Luckily, there's a knight in shining Kevlar to come pick us up. Barry. We wake up in the save room on the other side of the mansion. Man, Barry's legs must be tired. Now that we're awake, we can go back to the crypt and progress the game further by putting all the masks we've collected on the statues. Yes, this whole time we've been collecting masks to progress. The final one was found in the snake room. The ones before that were found by solving puzzles throughout the mansion. We place the mask on the statue, which releases the hanging coffin. Let's see what's inside. Oh, good googly moogly, it's a crimson head. Peep the high-level gaming I display for this boss fight. Come on. Oh, you suck. What were you aiming for? The corner, Jill? Get your shit together, lady. People are watching. We grab the octagonal-shaped object out of the coffin, which grants us access to a whole new area of the mansion. An outdoor area. Hey, don't get bit by the dog. Don't get bit by the dog. Yeah, you had one job. We are immediately greeted by 3 hungry pooches. I learned my lesson from the last time I had to fight more than one dog, so I go absolutely ham on these canines. After taking care of the dogs and solving this quick little puzzle, we end up in a super creepy cabin. Hopefully we don't run into something super scary in here. Inside the cabin, we see signs indicating someone has been shacking up in here. We find an old torn family photo on a desk and Lisa's diary. Lisa is the daughter of Trevor, the architect who built this mansion. Based on her writing ability, it seems like her fate didn't turn out too well. While we are on our way out of the cabin, we receive a big old bonk on the head and pass out. We wake up sometime later to see a hideous looking creature lurking over us. Looks like Lisa was captured and experimented on. Oh my god. No, thank you. I have a real note moment and don't even entertain fighting her and make a break for the exit. On the way back to the mansion, we solve a puzzle in a tombstone that rewards us with a sweet magnum, a staple of the Resident Evil series and one of the strongest weapons in the game. We go back to the gate on the other side of the courtyard, and thanks to the crank we found in Lisa's cabin, we're able to progress to the next area of the game. The path leads us to an elevator that takes us to a new area. Fuck you, Crow. And after running down a snake-filled path, we end up in another cabin. This one is even more rundown than the last. and it has weird tentacles attacking us through the floor. And giant murder hornets that sting you to death. We hear someone having a conversation through the door.
Wasn't part of our deal. But it's not necessary to destroy stars. What about my family? If I play my cards right.
Oh hell no, let's give him a piece of our mind. Oh, it's Barry.
Barry, I heard someone talking.
Oh, you heard.
Barry pretends like he's going senile and he's talking to himself. Yeah, like we buy that. Anyways, Barry says he needs some fresh air and takes off. On the desk, we find a report that's titled Plant 42. It talks about a plant that has been injected with something called the T-virus, which turned the plant into an aggressive, carnivorous, man-eating plant. We notice some bookshelves weirdly in the middle of the room. Turns out they can be moved, revealing a ladder going underground. It looks like we are now in some sort of hallway of an industrial facility. The end of the hallway leads to an area filled with water. The room is also filled with crazy, dangerous zombie sharks. Shit. Ow. We run past the sharks to find a room that has the roots of the Plant 42 we just read about. Unfortunately, we don't know how to kill this thing yet. While we make our way back to the cabin, we get attacked by a giant shark, and things don't end well for us. Whoa! Holy shit. Ah! Nope. After I load the save file, I decide to explore the other rooms of the cabin, because I really don't want to deal with the sharks right now. It's different from Streamlabs though. It's instead of no! Oh good, my literal nightmare. Get wrecked. In this room, we find a red book and some clues to a puzzle we have to deal with later. We also find a key after unplugging the drain in a bathtub. Who leaves their keys in a bathtub? Weirdo. Now that we have the control room key, we could head back to the Aqua Ring and go through that door that was locked earlier. This begins a section of the game that was very stressful for me. We have to successfully push a bunch of buttons in a specific order, otherwise we're going to be shark food.
Locking all doors to achieve maximum safety.
I managed to complete the task on time, but just barely. We successfully drained the water, and I no longer have to fear the Z-Sharks, or as I like to call them, Zarks. We take this door that leads to a fully drenched area with the Zarks flopping around helplessly. There's even the big old boy there, taking a big old nap. We end up on a platform that has a shiny object on it. The big Zark comes back alive, and instead of wasting ammo on him, we get creative. Get electrocuted! Ah! Oh, I almost feel bad. Now that the giant Zark is out of the picture, we go and grab the shiny object, which turns out to be a key. Time to go explore more of the rooms in the cabin. The key unlocks a room that has a bunch of murder hornets flying around in it. Luckily, we managed to find some insecticide spray off this corpse. We go back to the hole we found earlier, and we use the insecticide spray through it. Now the room is fully safe to walk in. Die! I want you all to die. able to get into this room that has a keypad attached to it, thanks to the clues we found earlier in the billiards room. We enter a room that has a bunch of chemicals and empty jars inside. Looks like it's time to play chemist. I know we have to mix the chemicals together, but at this point, we're just guessing at the ratios. Let's look around for some more clues. In this room, we find a bookshelf filled with red books that match the one we found earlier. The white book has notes in it that'll help us create V-Jolt, which will kill the zombie plant. We return the red book back to its rightful place and rearrange the book so it creates a cool little illustration. Ooh la la! Oh shit, it's a giant plant boss. Ow. Ow. Ooh, not good. Yeah, that sucked. Okay, I don't want to fight this guy, so let's do the alternate route. Let's make that V-Jolt. We make our way back to the chemical room to mix the ingredients together. Thanks to the notes from the white book and the formula on the wall, we know how to make the V-Jolt. Now that we have the V-Jolt made, let's make our way back to where the roots were in the aqua ring. We spray the roots with the V-Jolt, and then we make our way back up to the boss room. Die! Stupid plant. Oh no! Poor plant died. Ah! Unfortunately for us, the plant's not dead yet, and it looks like we're about to be plant food. Luckily, Barry comes into the rescue, yet again. Get it! Good job, Bear. Now that the plant is dead, we can scoop up the shiny object, which is a key to the mansion. Let's go back and unlock some more doors. And look who we run into on the way back. Hey ma'am, pretty good aim for someone wearing sunglasses inside in the dead of night. Wesker says that we still need to unlock some of the rooms in the mansion and find out what's in there. He also says that Barry is acting a little weird.
Now that you mention it, yeah.
We head back to the mansion, and as soon as we're inside, we're treated to a cutscene from the POV of something super fast moving towards our direction. Ah, no. Ah, it's a hunter. A reptile that's been mutated with the T-virus. These enemies are super dangerous, and they have an insta-move kill that they can do on you if you're floating around half health. Feel free to take a guess at how many times I die by this thing. Is that it? Is that all you got? This is who you sent for me? Haha, that's right, baby. 0. Now's a good time to go save. But uh-oh, looks like there's more hunters. Good thing I've been saving all this shotgun ammo, because this mansion is now filled with these crazy things. Oh, that was actually pretty close. Okay, let's save and then heal up and then head to one of the doors that this key unlocks. The first new room that we hit up requires us to solve a puzzle. It opens up a hidden passage, and inside the hidden passage we find a book containing an eagle medallion. And another diary entry from Trevor. Here, Trevor shows remorse for getting his wife and his daughter Lisa into this mess. There's a switch on the tombstone that leads us underground and back inside the mansion. Man, these hunters are everywhere now. Luckily, I'm pretty used to fighting them at this point. But everyone eventually gets got. Oh! Yep, that was the insta-kill move I was talking about. After my death, I continue exploring the mansion, but this time I just run past those hunters that killed me. Oh my god! While we are exploring the new mansion rooms, we find a battery and a confidential letter to the Chief of Security. The letter has a list of objectives on it that gives us huge insight into what's going on and why we're here in the first place. The letter states that the members of STARS were lured here on purpose. The note is signed by Umbrella Headquarters, a giant pharmaceutical company headquartered right in Raccoon City. Another item we found during our exploration is an MO disc. This is going to be important for later. The helmet key we have unlocks one more door, and it's on the 3rd floor. While we're up here, we encounter a familiar foe. And lucky for us, he's not as tough as he looks. We're not going to let him get away this time though. I'm not expecting a boss fight. Dumbass snake. The defeated snake crashes into a bookshelf and knocks over a book that we can pick up. Inside the book is the wolf medallion. Now that we beat the snake, there's only one room inside the mansion that we haven't discovered yet, and that's the Spencer room. We use the Spencer emblem key to gain access to it, and we search inside to find another octagonal object that matches the one we found earlier in the game. We make our way back past the courtyard area to put this new battery we found back in its rightful place. Now that the elevator is working, we ride that up and use the crank to lower the water level again. We take the elevator back down, and ta-da! A hidden path is revealed. Legend of Zelda called. They want their hidden path behind the waterfall trope back. You already know how litigious Nintendo is. We now find ourselves in some sort of dark, wet, creepy underground tunnel situation. While we're exploring down here, we run into Enrico, Vice Captain of STARS and leader of Bravo Team. He gives us some shocking news.
Are you with anybody, Jill?
No, but why?
The STARS are finished. Someone is a traitor. Umbrella set us up.
Oh! What the hell? We grab the crank off Enrico's body and continue exploring this area. While we're running around down here, We almost get crushed by an Indiana Jones style booby trap. What the shit? That was way too close for comfort. Why don't you show us how a real pro does it, Indy? After narrowly avoiding that giant boulder, we run into my least favorite boss of the game. I said no to the boss. Ow. So powerful. Oh, in the butt. After killing the spider, we solve a quick puzzle that gives us a key item, which we use to create a key that powers a giant elevator. What's this? Huzzah! We did it, boys! We managed to return power to the elevator, and Barry shows up just in time to join our descent. We get down to the lower level, we hear what can only be Lisa's voice. Barry wants us to go check it out. Alone.
It could be a person.
What do you think?
Jill, go check it out.
You check it out.
We had enough surprises for one day.
We enter another smaller tunnel-like area. And look who's here. Lisa. She's feeling lonely and she wants to play piñata. Guess who she wants to be the piñata? Screw this, I'm out of here. We run back to Barry for help, but he leaves us hanging. Barry, you asshole. Thanks to this broken flamethrower we found, we managed to get away from Lisa. We find ourselves to be in what I assume is Lisa's room. It actually looks pretty cozy for a room down in an underground tunnel labyrinth. In here we find a puzzle box that gives us an octagonal stone ring and a family photo of Lisa and her parents. On the back of the photo is a note that says both Lisa and her mom Jessica were injected with the progenitor virus. We also find a journal written by Lisa that is genuinely sad to read. She writes about how sad she is because she can't find her mommy, and that they tried to give her a fake mommy. So she tore the face off the fake mommy so she could give it back to her real one. Yikes. She also says that she found her mom's grave but can't open it. This is a clue to the upcoming boss fight. We climb a ladder that takes us back to the cabin we were in earlier, the one Lisa knocked us out in. We head back to the main hall of the mansion. Once we get to the main hall, we go to the gate underneath the staircase and fill those two octagonal indentations. The gate leads to another underground area where we run into Barry.
Jill, you're alive.
Yeah, no shit.
I was worried because I thought you were...
Dead? Hey, yeah.
Start talking.
Calm down. I didn't want to do it. Believe me, I can explain.
Don't lie to me!
Oh, boy. Holy moly.
No time to talk. Jill, hand me my gun. Thanks, Jill.
If you want to have the best ending, you gotta give Barry back his gun. But if you decide to keep it, Lisa kills him and then you get the most powerful weapon in the game, Barry's Magnum. It'll one-shot anything, including the final boss. Based on what we read earlier from Lisa's journal, We can assume that her mother is inside this tomb. So let's reunite them. Yeah, it's your mom. It's your mom. Jump off. Yep, jump off. Oh, you did it. After the Lisa boss fight, we continue on to find an elevator that takes us up to a courtyard that has a fountain in it. Played this a long time ago. We insert the wolf and the eagle medallions we have into the fountain, which reveals a hidden passage. Whoa! Hey, we are officially in the last area of the game, the underground lab that we've heard so much about. This is where all the nasty little experiments were being held. In one of the rooms down here, we find a letter from a man named John to Ada. Yep, that's right, the Ada. Everyone's favorite merc from RE2 and 4. Looks like she has this dude wrapped around her finger. He urges Ada to get evidence from the lab and to activate the self-destruct sequence and expose this incident to the public. Oh, you poor ignorant fool. We find a computer that can unlock some doors for us, but we need the password. Luckily, John is a big old mark, and he named the password Ada. Come on, dude. Oh, you're so sappy, John. One of the rooms we unlocked has a projector which lets us watch some slides we found earlier in the lab. The slideshow gives us the name of the monsters we've encountered so far, and one we haven't, called Tyrant. Ooh, spoopy. It also has a photo of the research team, and look who's in it. Still wearing sunglasses inside like a dingus. We also find another MO disc, which we can insert into these little black boxes that deactivate a lock connected to a giant door. We pick up the lab key while we're in here, which grants us more access to the lab downstairs. While exploring the new area, we run into a new enemy called the Chimeras. Ew, disgusting. I recommend only killing the one that is blocking the refueling device, and just running away from the others, since it seems like an infinite amount will spawn, no matter how many you kill. Anyways, now that we grabbed the fuel canister, let's get out of here and head to the door that had the 3 locks on it, since we managed to deactivate all 3 locks. Chris?
Jill?
Chris! You're alive!
Of course I'm alive.
Good thing we took the time to find those MO discs, because now we can get the best ending. The cell door is locked, so we'll have to come back later. We fill up the fuel capsule and then take it back to the refueling machine. This allows us to turn the power back on. And once we do, we head towards this giant elevator and take it up. And look who's here to join us.
Barry.
Oh, Barry.
At least wait it up for me, you know?
Oh, like you did? You fuck. We take the elevator up to a lengthy cutscene featuring Wesker.
Wesker!
Thank you, Barry.
Well, what do you know?
Oh, don't blame Barry for everything. I hear that his better half and 2 lovely daughters will be in danger if he doesn't do everything I tell him to.
Wesker goes on a villain's monologue and explains that he's been working for Umbrella this whole time, and it was his idea to kill Stars.
I guess it's time for show and tell.
Now that his plan is almost complete, he just has to tie up a few loose ends, and one of them is us. And here we get to officially meet Tyrant, the big bad of this game. God, he's terrifying.
No, I hate goodbyes.
Yeah, Barry, good job.
Barry!
Barry saves us from Wesker, but because he didn't kill him, we now have to fight the big old Tyrant. We better run. Poopy monster gonna eat us. Dude, this guy is freaking scare the shit out of me as a kid. Ah!
You viral cultured freak.
Whoa. Why would you say that? Ow, double hit. Now that we killed the big old tyrant, it's time to grab Barry and get out of here. Wesker manages to escape.
Self-destruct system has been activated.
Wesker activates the self-destruct sequence. Now we gotta grab Chris, get to the roof, and get out of here. We go back to the cell to free Chris, and then we make a break for the roof as fast as we can.
Taken care of?
Gotta run, dude.
Well,
Don't you hear that
almost. Now
self-destruct
let's
thing?
get the hell out of here.
We make our way to an elevator that'll take us directly to the roof. Chris and Barry stay behind to kill some zombies, so it's up to us to go to the roof and signal for Brad to come and get us. As soon as we enter the elevator, a timer starts. We only have 3 minutes to get out of here before the whole place blows. Barry and Chris managed to join us on the roof.
You made it.
The tyrant doesn't want to be left out, so he joins in on the fun. Oh, he's dead. You died, Chris. Okay, it's time to have one more final confrontation with the tyrant before we get out of this place. Time to exhaust all of the ammo we've been saving up until this point.
Kill it, whatever
I'm gonna kill it. Okay. Where is it though? Where'd you throw it? Oh my god! Brad finally decides to be useful and throws us a rocket launcher to use on the tyrant. But he shish kebabs us before we get a chance to use it. Oh no! Ouch. Yeah, he got me. He's much tougher here than he was in the lab. Jill, learn to dodge. Okay, time for round 2. Ow. That was a good shot. That was a good shot. Yeah, take that, you dumb tyrant. We defeat the tyrant and are treated with a cutscene of Jill, Chris, and Barry successfully escaping the mansion before it explodes. This first playthrough took way longer than I thought it would. GG's, my guys. GG's. Thank you, thank you. And that's it for Jill's playthrough. 8 hours. That's like... Now let's check out Chris's playthrough. I'm going to be way more brief with Chris's playthrough since a lot of it is identical to Jill's. So I'll just stick to the deaths and the different cutscenes. Even though it's mostly the same, I had just as much as fun with Chris's playthrough as I did with Jill's. They say Chris's playthrough is slightly harder, but because I'm fully used to the game at this point, it was way smoother for me and I did it much faster than Jill's playthrough.
Is
So
everyone
good.
all right?
Barry. Where's Barry?
He's...
No. What was that?
I'll go and check it out.
All right. Jill and I will stay and secure this area.
Chris? Take care.
Yeah.
Because Barry's not here, we investigate the gunshot solo. And just like Jill, we promptly run away from him, because we only have a knife. Run away! But is it just me, or is that knife like 3 times the length of Jill's knife? When we get to the main hall, everyone is gone, but we do find Jill's gun. From here we basically do all the same things we did in Jill's playthrough. The first real difference is that unlike Jill, the shotgun is not free. We have to replace it with the broken down shotgun found in the mansion. Otherwise, the ceiling is gonna crush us. We kill the dogs to get the key that unlocks the door to Richard. But this time, Richard is not alone. Instead of having Barry as a companion, we get Rebecca Chambers, the medic of Bravo team. She says we needed to get the serum for Richard in order to save his life. Unlike Jill's playthrough, I head straight to the serum room and back.
Hope this is what you wanted.
Thank you. I'm gonna give you a shot now, Richard. Hang
I don't know,
in
dude.
there.
You're like missing a whole arm at this point. Richard passes out after taking the serum, but at least he'll live. Chris and Rebecca relocate him to the save room where we got the serum from.
Richard's doing well, Chris. He should recover soon.
Good. Richard needs you now.
Rebecca and Richard will stay in this room for a while. So while you're exploring the mansion as Chris and you get injured, you can come back to this room and Rebecca will heal you.
No, I'm okay. But if something should happen to me, I'm counting on you.
From here, I just progress the game as normal until I get to the housing area for the researchers. And yep, as expected, it's basically the same as Jill's playthrough. Even though we don't have the grenade launcher, the shotgun is more than up for the job. Once Chris makes it to the Aqua Ring, he sees a familiar face. Hey, it's Richard.
Chris!
You're gonna get ate.
Chris, stop! No!
Ah, no. Oh no, Richard. We were so close, I think. So I guess at the very least, we're partially responsible for Richard's death in both playthroughs. It's a huge bummer that Richard died again, but at least we get his sweet shotgun. We make our way back up to the cabin to deal with Plant 42. And since Chris is kind of a dingus and doesn't know how to mix chemicals together, we have to get rid of the plant the old-fashioned way. Yeah, for real. I don't feel good about breathing all these spores in. I don't know, man. Now that the pesky plant is dead, we grab the key and we head back to the mansion. Which means that we're gonna have to start fighting a bunch of hunters again. But luckily, the assault shotgun slaps. Tell your friends about me, motherfucker. Didn't go the way you thought it was gonna go. Oh, I forgot there's a bunch in here. Whoa! Can't see me! At least land something on me! At least land something on me! I may have gotten a little too excited there. Now that we're back in the mansion, we collect all the key items that we need to collect and take care of the giant snake boss. Easy. From there we go to the Spencer room and we get a little surprise. We hear a loud scream.
Rebecca! Is she upstairs?
This is another of the timed events in the game. We have to make our way to Rebecca before she dies. Let me just search these drawers real quick. Unfortunately, we check all the wrong doors and by the time we get to Rebecca, it's too late. Ooh, that looks like it hurt.
Rebecca!
Although we didn't technically die to the hunter, I'm gonna count this as a death because it forced me to reload a save. Because I want Rebecca to live. Because I want the good ending. Okay, let's try that again. I got you, don't worry. After saving Rebecca, we make our way to the underground tunnels. We kill the giant disgusting spider with a flamethrower we find down here. After killing the spider, we make our way back to the mansion for the Lisa boss fight. Time to do the Lisa boss fight again, and this time instead of Barry helping us out, it's Wesker. Did you get knocked off, Wesker? We best Lisa again, and then we make our way to the underground laboratory. And I'll skip straight to the elevator that leads to the Tyrant lab, since it's exactly the same as the Jill playthrough. Before we get onto the elevator, Rebecca catches up to us. Rebecca!
Rebecca!
Missed you!
No
Let's
more
hug it out.
following. Just stay with me, kid.
That's my plan, sir.
Yeah, that should have been everyone's plan from the start, but you're all idiots.
Wesker.
Chris's version of this cutscene is slightly different from Jill's. In this one, Wesker explains that he's behind stars, but that the members had to be sacrificed because of an accidental lab leak.
You killed them with your own
She's
dirty
the Birdie's
hands.
mountain dog you didn't know you needed.
Son of a bitch!
No.
Oh, yes, dear.
He then shoots Rebecca and gets shish kebabbed by the Tyrant. Nemesis. Let's be friends, okay?
Test tube freak.
Ow. Ow. After we kill the Tyrant, we check on Rebecca, who turns out to be fine, you know, because Wesker shot her in the bulletproof vest. We make our way back down the elevator, and Rebecca goes to start the self-destruct sequence, while we go and rescue Jill.
I knew you'd come.
Let's get out of here.
After we free Jill, we make a break for the roof and the final Tyrant fight.
You okay?
Yeah.
Holy shit. Oh! You died. Let's go! Let's fucking go! Move! You gotta learn to move! that. Ow, that was my bad.
Chris, use it! Kill it, whatever it is!
Oh, ow. My spine. It's broken. What the hell? You freaking caught that one. Was not expecting that. Ooh. GG's, guys. That completes Chris's playthrough. And with that, we are officially done with our Resident Evil 1 Remake playthrough. Man, that was fun. I really love this game. It's definitely on my top 10 games of all time. If not top 10, definitely on my top 50. If not that, definitely on my top 100 games I've played this year. I highly recommend playing this game. It's a blast. Let's take a look at a breakdown of the total playtime and deaths I had. My playthrough with Jill took me 8 hours, 44 minutes, and 14 seconds, and I had a total number of 11 deaths. My Chris playthrough took me 6 hours, 2 minutes, and 16 seconds, and I only died one time in that one. And technically 0, it was really Rebecca's fault. The playtime from both Chris and Jill's combined turns out to be 14 hours, 46 minutes, and 30 seconds, with the total number of deaths 12. Surprisingly, the two weakest enemies in the game are the ones I died the most to, the regular zombies and the dogs. And that's mostly because I was being a tryhard, trying to save my ammo and juke around them instead of just shooting them. And there you have it. That's the death tally for Resident Evil 1 Remake. Thank you guys so much for watching the video. I really appreciate it. If you liked the video, be sure to like and subscribe. Thanks so much, and I'll see you on the next death tally. Bye!